Hey guys, Eric, we're here with you again, and shock of shocks, you guys apparently really liked that dragon pull toy that my father and I put together. Shot right past 100 subscribers, 117 subscribers for my little woodworking channel. I'm ecstatic. Hey, if you guys like my work, I'm going to keep bringing it to you. But it's not just my work. My father puts a lot of heart into the pieces that we make as well, and I learned everything I know about woodworking from him. So, I mean, I cannot leave him out of any of my videos. So, he's a little camera shy.
The one that guides you, the one that enlightens you.
So you probably won't see him anytime soon, but he's a great guy. I mean, I gotta give him the respect he deserves for everything he's taught me. But going to give you guys a thorough shop tour today so you can see all the machines that we use to bring the projects to you that I put on my videos. Nothing ultra fancy, nothing especially expensive except for my father's really nice scroll saw. I have a new scroll saw on the way, and some of my viewers already know this. I'm upgrading from the Craftsman 16, or Craftsman, I keep saying Craftsman, it's a Dremel. From the Dremel 2-speed to a DeWalt 788 variable speed scroll saw, so that will help me up my game so I can bring you guys even better projects. But all that aside, show you some of the stuff that we use. So, as always, grab your off the camera stand. Yeah, button. Found the button. Okay. So, clicky. So I show you our dirty floor. Yeah, I'll probably edit that out, or not. So to start the shop tour, let's go with the smallest, but definitely one of the most important things that we have in the shop, and this is our detail sander. This is a simple 1-inch wide belt sander that my father picked up at Harbor Freight and made his own table for it so that it can actually support much bigger pieces, because the original table that came with this belt sander was literally about, I'd say about that deep by that wide, and it was a little metal plate that bolted to it so you could adjust it at an angle if you needed to sand things at an angle. But I mean, this thing has been worth every penny that was spent on it, because it's really helped me do some nice finish work on some of the projects that I do. Moving along, our trusty Delta, very small but very useful drill press. Nothing fancy about it. It's a 5-speed drill press, belt drive. Other than that, 3/8 chuck. I mean, it does the job, as you can tell by all of the sawdust that's all over the workbench. Now this guy, unfortunately, well, I need to move my self-framing picture project. Put part 2 of that project in this video. Now this is our rigid oscillating belt sander. Now you see this thing in many videos because it's in the center of the shop and it's the easiest place to film things on because it has the most lighting. We are not sponsored by Rigid, but it just seems to keep ending up in my videos. Now it's oscillating belt sander, and it also has an attachment to convert it into a spindle sander, which is what are all these drums below. So that also played a big part in finishing up the Dragon, because I was able to use the spindle sander to get into the nooks and crannies and do some nice sanding. My father uses this Delta table saw. I use it every now and then, but the thing scares the crap out of me because I'm not very good with table saws. Don't ask. That, and I've seen too many people lose fingers to a table saw, which is strange because I seem to do really well on our Craftsman 12-inch bandsaw. Now this thing can remove a finger just as easily, but I seem to be better with it. So this thing has got some age to it. I'm not entirely sure how old this bandsaw is, but it's done us proud. I've actually cut out several of our pull toy dogs with articulated legs, cut them out on that saw. Oh, moving along, let's see, what other shop tools do we have? We have a, what brand is that? Oops. Got thud as I run into things in the shop. We have our router, and you know what? I have no idea what brand it is. Hold on. I've had this thing so long, I forgot to check. Oh no, it's a Craftsman also. And then my father just recently picked up a DeWalt thickness planer that is really going to help us out. Because the standard sizes of lumber at the local Lowe's aren't always the right thickness for what we need for our projects. So we do have a DeWalt chop saw, compound saw that my father uses every now and then, but since most of our pieces are cut off on the table saw over there, it doesn't get as much use as it used to. Oh, let's see. Machines. My father's 30th anniversary Excalibur scroll saw. I mean, this is a beautiful saw. He's even let me use it a couple of times, and funny enough, I've come to find out that with my style of scrolling, I'm actually better on the Craftsman than I am on this saw here. Go figure. I mean, we do, buried under the boxes and everything else, we do have a wood lathe that someday my father and I are going to learn how to use, but it's not a priority right now, so kind of wait there. We have one more horizontal belt sander with a disc sander on it, so we do have quite a few options for getting a finish on things. Let's see, and last but not least, my trusty Dremel 16-inch 2-speed scroll saw. I mean, this thing, I've put this thing through some work. I mean, I've cut material up to 1.5 inches thick on it, and it's just taking a licking and keeps on ticking. Starting to show its use a little bit. I'm having to put extra fans on the motor to keep that cool. But I mean, this thing has done me right the entire time I've used it. Like I said before, I bitched, moaned, and complained about it, but it's still a good saw. If you're starting scrolling and you can get your hands on one of these for cheap, do it. See if you get a saw like this. See if you actually like scroll sawing before you go and step up to a high dollar saw like a DeWalt or an Excalibur. You'll be happy that if you don't like scrolling, that you did this, so you didn't spend $600 on a scroll saw. Other than that, projects, parts, pieces, stuff, yes, even my strange hats. Blades, I mean, we go through the gamut. So, anyways, guys, now this mess in here is how I bring you my videos. This ancient Dell computer is old enough that it still runs Windows XP operating system, which is the only computer in the house old enough to pull the videos off of this camera, because it needs Windows XP to work with the camera. That's how old the camera is. Once I pull the video off of the camera and put it on this computer, I transfer it over to my newer computer, and then I just use Windows Live Movie Maker to make the videos that you guys see. Nothing fancy. Well, guys, this is my world. This is how I bring you the videos that I bring you, and I hope you guys enjoy it all, and I thank you guys for subscribing. I'll be bringing new projects to you like right now. Now, projects in the shop run the whole spectrum from toys for the kids, like this truck that is also a crayon holder. That's what it looks like without all the crayons in it. 3-axle truck. It's still playable as a toy. The wheels do roll. It's not just a static thing. So once they pull all the crayons out of it, they can still play around with it. Religious symbols. We've done several decorative crosses. This one I finished on the scroll saw yesterday. It's actually a 2-piece cross cut out of 1/8 inch birch hobby plywood, and the front piece, which is the dove and the rays coming off of it, that's going to be stained a darker color so that the backer, which is the same birch plywood, will show through the dark stained front as bright blonde rays. And then the whole thing will be glued together and clear coated. Over here is that self-framing picture that I keep alluding to. All cut out, has its first couple coats of clear, and is it dry enough to touch? Yes, it's, well, it's kind of, sort of. I think I need to leave that alone. Basically, this piece here drops into a taper in the frame, and it's actually set into the frame about a 1/4 inch deep. That one will be done pretty soon. I have other projects that I'm working on. I'm working on a pair of 70s era Corvettes, scroll art for a customer, one convertible and one hardtop. Let's see, do I have one of them out here to show you? I thought I did. Where the blank did I put it? Corvette, where are you? Lovely, it's not out here. Alright, well, I'll show you guys that piece in oh, there it is. It's hiding under the oak wood. Now this is obviously the convertible. I'll show you guys the hardtop, and I'll have both of these done now. I'm cutting out 2 at the same time so that we'll have one for the customer and one to sell at the next event we go to next month. But other than that, guys, once again, I thank you guys for subscribing to my channel and giving me all the great compliments and comments that you guys have been over the past 2 years. And as always, guys, more to come. Well, I'm not sure if this is going into too much detail as to what I do to bring you guys my videos, but I don't know. I figured I'd just share what I can, and yeah. Now, simply put, I mean, like I said in the previous video, download the video onto the old computer, slap it on a thumb drive, and plug it into the new system, or the younger system. It's still still an older Dell computer. It's still 5 years old, but hey, it works, right? Right. Okay. So once the video's loaded onto the new computer, just a simple fact of finding the damn thing. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Now, the one thing I like to edit out of my videos are most of the ahs, ums, and uhs, so I don't sound like a complete blithering idiot to you guys. I mean, I may get lost for words often, but yeah, still works. Hey guys, Eric here with you again, and shock of shocks, you guys apparently really liked that dragon pull toy that my father. And you've just seen that video, so I'm not gonna make you guys watch it again. But long story. See what I mean? I have to edit a lot of those out. So great. Now I'm at a loss for words. A long story short, add title, add a couple of credits that you guys see in every video, and add the music. Now, the music that I use for the opening and closing of all my videos are actually a snippet from a band named Blackmore's Night. Not sure if the band is still together, because the CD I have from them is quite a few years old. But they did, at the time, modern Celtic, and I think the CD is called Fires at Midnight. That might just be one of the tracks on the CD, because it's a copy of a copy that I got from my good friend Mike, who now lives in Los Angeles and used to live up here. Right, so all the backstory aside, I'm going to get to editing this video to bring it to you guys, and more to come.